The Intersection of Technology and Human Rights, a deep dive into violations and protections. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the topic of the intersection of technology and human rights. With our world becoming more tech-savvy every day, it's crucial to chat about how this affects our fundamental rights. We'll explore what technology violations are, discuss some eye-opening examples, and even look at how laws are trying to keep up. All right, before we get into the juicy stuff, let's break down some key terms. What do we mean by technology violations? It refers to instances where technology is misused, impacting people's rights and freedoms. And speaking of rights, we have some important laws in place to help protect us, like the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, and the Electronic Communications Privacy Act, which governs how our data can be collected and used. Now, let's take a quick stroll down memory lane. Historically, technology has evolved drastically, and sadly, it hasn't always been used for good. Think about the early days of surveillance and how it escalated with the advent of the internet. There have been some infamous cases where technology was turned against citizens, leading to a loss of trust. In response, we started to see laws popping up to protect our privacy. Today, we're facing numerous technology violations that directly affect our daily lives. From invasive surveillance cameras on every corner to apps that harvest our data without us even realizing it. Take the police using advanced tracking technology without proper oversight. This can lead to serious violations of our rights. It's particularly troubling for marginalized communities who've often faced the brunt of these violations. Now let's talk about the legal side of things. We have a range of laws meant to protect us, like the Bill of Rights and various privacy acts. However, the reality is that many of these laws haven't caught up with the fast pace of technology. There are gaps in our protections, and it's concerning. For instance, while we have laws prohibiting unreasonable searches, how do those laws apply to facial recognition technology or data collected by social media? Want some real-life examples? Let's dive into a couple of case studies that illustrate these technology violations. First, we have the infamous Cambridge Analytica scandal, where millions of Facebook users' data was harvested without consent and misused for political ads. This raised huge questions about our online privacy and how tech companies handle our data. Then there's the case of law enforcement using surveillance drones without clear regulations. These violations sparked protests and advocacy for better policies to protect our rights. So what does all this mean for society? Technology violations can really mess with public trust. When people feel like they're being watched all the time or that their data is being mishandled, they might pull back from engaging in issues that matter. Plus, it takes a mental toll on those who feel their rights are constantly under threat. Looking ahead, many of us wonder, what's next? With technology advancing at lightning speed, we're going to need stronger laws to protect our fundamental rights. Whether it's advocating for data protection laws or pushing tech companies to be more transparent about their practices, it's crucial we stay engaged. All right, folks, let's recap. Today, we explored how technology violations impact our lives and rights. We talked about laws, real-world examples, and the societal implications of all this. It's clear that as technology continues to grow, we need to stay informed and engaged. Our voices have power, let's use them to call for change. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more content. We'll see you next time, and let's keep the conversation going about technology and human rights. It's important, and you matter.